Welcome back to the program. Let's bring in my Sky News colleague, former Labor Minister Graham Richardson. Richo, what did you make of the drama around Barnaby Joyce? Not ideal for the former Deputy Prime Minister to be pictured after a couple of events, but he said he was on prescription medication that shouldn't be taken along with alcohol. Yeah,
well, I think it's obvious he's on something, and it's not the first time. I mean, Barnaby has to, this is a problem Barnaby has to watch. You can't just let it continue. And it's all right to say he's on medication, but that doesn't excuse it all. And I think, if you look back over time, Barnaby's had a few of these incidents. And so I think when you get to that point, probably alcohol is something you should just stay away from. I think it's alcohol and Barnaby are a bad mix.
The polling that we saw at the weekend, more of the same trend that suggests the tax changes have been overwhelmingly very popular from the government, Richo.
Yeah, they have. I think they've done very well. I think Albo and Chalmers can be giving themselves a big tick. They've done really well on this. And, of course, it makes them very hard to beat. You've got to feel for Peter Dutton because it's a huge mountain he's got to climb, and it seems to me it gets higher with the passing of every week.
There's always a bit of competitive tension between a Prime Minister and a Treasurer. It's often, sometimes it's covered up or, people are able to manage it, but that's a reality. How would you rate the role of Jim Chalmers right now in terms of the government and the importance of him, particularly as the senior Queenslander?
Oh, he's incredibly important to us. But it's an interesting thing. Keating and Hawke had a kind of rivalry over who was the better, who made up the most policy. These two just seem to get along. There seems to be no competitive spirit between the two of them. They just get together to try and make the Labor Party better and make the government better. Hence, they'd make Australia better. So I think it's been a very good mix, and I hope it continues for a long, long time.
And in terms of the best advocate within the government, would you say Chalmers has that mantle right now?
Oh, definitely. He is one of those guys who could sell ice to Eskimos. There's no doubt about that. This guy's very, very good. And also, I think you can't be a good salesman unless you have the knowledge of the product. And the one thing you've got to give Chalmers, he's got phenomenal knowledge when it comes to the economy. He does really, really well.
On to the Dunley by-election just a few weeks away now. What's your early assessment? I know I don't want to put you in a spot and say predict the outcome yet. I know you will a week out, but what's your overall sense of where it's heading there?
Well, I just think the government's in a very good position everywhere. And so I think there's got to be a good show they'll win it. As I said, as you said, it's a bit early to predict now, but I'd say the government's in a very good position. And you'd much rather be there than in the opposition's spot at the moment, I think.